everybody. I'm your.
So
I'm your host, Rob Machuca, and your only host. We're here with my special guest, Gage.
Yo, what's happening?
How's it going, Gage?
Nice show you got here.
I know,
you
right?
Make this all yourself?
Yeah, it's all me. You know, just put on the Garfield 1 preset, and here we go. So
here's the top 10 Garfield characters. Number 10.
Normal. That is it. Good night, everybody. Oh god. Now we're gonna show an exclusive trailer from Nintendo from Smash Bros. Smash Bros. X Garfield. There we go. with Fighter, Oliver, the dog. No. It's like it's X Garfield, and then it shows it's the other orange cat from a different newspaper comic. Oh, I forgot the name of it. There goes the joke. Oh man. So how's it going with you, Gage?
It's been all right. Just doing whatever.
Yeah. How goes the streaming?
It's been pretty good. Slowly growing. We dipped a lot in terms of average viewers, but we gained a few followers.
Oh, that's good.
We still haven't hit 50, but we're at 41.
Oh, okay. Well, you're getting close though.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the first mini episode since our season finale episode.
Mm-hmm. How'd that all go?
It went well. It took us a while because there's just a lot of stuff that happened that we had to push it back a bit more. But we finally did it, and then it finally got released on Spotify and on YouTube.
Yeah.
So. So, Edgar, welcome to my show. Did all this myself, and
really, huh?
We already started the show without you, Edgar. I'm sorry, you're late for the party.
Oh my gosh!
I was over here with my preset Garfield 1, hit record, and we just started, and you decided to go get your drinks and stuff. So I don't know what happened there.
All Robin wants is a remaster of Garfield Kart.
Yes, that is all I want. I don't know why, but that's all I want. Man, I didn't even take any gummies, and I'm saying all this shit. Oh man.
Oh yeah, I finally bought a new chair, a new rolling chair for my room.
I did too, actually. It was a bitch to put together because my mom said she wanted to save $60 so we would build it ourselves, and it literally took us all day to build it. So because like we had to like screw in the back section of the chair to the armrests. Well, not to the seat, but to the armrests.
Mm-hmm.
And we put it in one side, and we tried to put it in the other side, but it just would not. The screw would just not want to go in until we were finally able to make it go in. It was just like it didn't need to take this long.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
But yeah,
I took like maybe 30 minutes or an hour setting up my chair.
well, like it's like the one that I got. It just was designed really weird. It also gave like very simplistic instructions. And like it was just pictures, like, oh yeah, you put this here. Okay, but like, what goes first? No, you got this stuff. You put them on. Like, in what order? Yeah, you got it, buddy.
Good job, bud. You just got to do it yourself. It's DIY.
God.
I don't want to put together any more chairs. I keep fucking like breaking them and shit.
Yeah, the other one broke because my brother, when he was here, it looked normal. It was fine. I was like, okay, it's all nice, and I like the chair. I come back from school and I see the chair looks like if it's got murdered.
Jesus.
And it's usually because I know the cat gets on and it just like scratches, and I'm just like, goddamn cat.
Well, should we start talking about some games that came out today and yesterday, or were announced yesterday and today?
Oh boy.
Yes.
Jesus Christ, Edgar.
Okay, that's how we start a show like
Oh.
that.
Speaking of which, coming off that, I finally found a pack of Mountain Dew Maui Burrs.
Oh, nice.
I
Nice.
was super happy.
I haven't been able to be lucky like you guys to get a 12-pack of them, but they still were selling them individually at the Dollar General nearby, so I was able to get 2 of them.
I found them at the Dollar General. They were in 6-pack bottles.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, those that 6-pack. Okay.
Yeah. They sell those still. They have some here in Progresso where I live. And I'm like, hell yeah. But yes, we'll start. Everybody, welcome back with a new episode. As we said, we had the season finale that happened recently on the show that you could check out. But during the summer, we want to do some Grand Slam minis, and of course, as you could see, it's the season of the video games, and a lot of video game companies are gonna show some video games, whether they're good video or bad. And of course,
Jesus,
excuse me.
God damn.
And as you can see, I'm here with Mr. Robin, and of course, again, Will is always every time when we had things like this, he's always out there being a trooper for us to get that sponsorship with Werther's Original.
Yeah, that ongoing battle that we've always talked about,
It's that battle that's gonna keep on going till the day we die. But instead we have a special guest. We've had him here on the show before, on a mini episode we've done before, and that's of course our good buddy Mr. Gage.
Hey, it's the guy.
It's
does
you.
The thing.
It's you. It is.
You're the guy with the face.
You're that one, with the haircut and the eyes, the mouth. No nose, weirdly, but it's whatever. We move on from that.
Oh boy, but yeah, how you doing, Gage? How's it going? How's life? how you doing?
Well,
It's going great.
It's because this is the third time, is what I've basically.
Yeah. So everything's been going great. Been streaming, speed running different things, and playing fighting games, especially Guilty Gear Strive, which just came out.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
That's been fucking awesome.
And I see you're really close to getting affiliated though. You're close to the 50 followers.
Oh yeah, we're almost there. We took a bit of a hit to our average viewers, but we are slowly growing in followers.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. And that's still good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but of course, as you can see today, guys, it's like this is a different mini episode where we don't discuss a film or a show. We're talking about E3 now, which is basically a big thingy that has video games in. And,
VidCons, if you will.
Yes.
Yeah. And this one is it's always in the summer, and it's always a time where this is the chance for companies to show off games that they're working on, or they have some that are close to release to give for a lot of players to get excited and get ready for these new games to come out. But of course, some of those presentations can be good, others can be bad.
Some could be magically bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But first,
But of
But
course,
first, before we get into the actual E3 conferences, there was one conference that happened a day before E3 officially started, and that was the Summer Game Fest,
yes,
or Summer of Gaming Fest.
Mr. Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest, and of course, and obviously, ladies and gentlemen, the time we're recording this is I believe, the second day of E3.
Yes, it should be.
I think it's it's the second day, and we're gonna have this in two parts. So, like, the first part, we're gonna have what we saw, and then the second part, we'll have the rest of the other conventions that we have. So stay tuned for that. So, what we're gonna start off with, of course, what Robin said.
And for the second part, I will be coming from a different location than South Texas.
That's right.
So.
We're not going to tell you where. You're going to have to find out through context clues.
Yes. Exactly.
Very vague content clues.
Just do the podcast and you just hear running and heavy breathing.
You're running.
It's like,
hear a fucking 18-wheeler drive by.
Are you in the expressway, Robin?
Never mind that. Okay. So Nintendo.
When Metroid came on the screen, I started screaming, and then I started running.
You just hear in the background, "Get on the ground!
FBI, open up!"
Oh, and Ukraine just scored.
Mr. President, get down!
I took that game too far. Anyway,
but yes.
So Summer of Gaming.
Yes. So before E3 ever started, Mr. Jeff Keighley was like, I want to do Summer Game Fest again, because as we all know, last year, because of the pandemic that happened, the E3 was canceled. And so Jeff Keighley wanted to do a thing where, like, hey, let's do a Summer Game Fest for all the gamers, as he says. And so he wanted to bring it back again, and he did. And yeah, I guess we could I'll start with Gage. Like, what were your, like, overall initial thoughts of Summer Game Fest?
Seemed all right. It's mostly just a few talking heads and mostly just video games with trailers and stuff like that. I thought that's always been, like, my favorite type of video game presentations, where a lot less fucking businessman coming out in his suit. Oh, this was a terrible time back in past E3s where you had a fucking businessman in his suit come out on stage and talk about water coolers, TV, sports, and talk about fucking timeshares or whatever. I don't know what the fuck they were talking about, but when it's just video game trailers, that's what I like most. And
yeah,
Jeff has definitely worked very hard for his presentations to be, I'm gonna unironically use the word cringe, but his presentations have become a lot less cringe now that he's not tied to getting money from Doritos and Mountain Dew and Schick Hydrobot.
I mean, he really made himself big because of the Game Awards too.
Yeah,
like like him on his own, and it's like it makes him a really great presenter.
Yeah, and yeah. I know me and Robin, we discussed this during our Oscar episode, where it's like how the Oscars themselves, their viewership goes down, but with the Game Awards, the viewerships keep getting bigger, like higher and higher.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, as you could, so like a lot of like what Jeff Keighley's been through, like he's gone through all that cringe over the years, but I feel like it's like he's finding his way there, and it's like, especially like how hard he was working with that stuff.
You get the feeling that he works hard and he really cares.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I could agree. Like the Summer Game Fest, it was all right. There was a lot of like, there was some I would say there was some surprises that like kind of like made it for me, and others were like a lot of them were like indie games.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was mostly indie games, but
especially the Guerrilla Collective that went down, like, I think before the big presentation, because that Guerrilla Collective had over 70 indie titles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like it's just, holy smokes.
I guess we could go through like some of the games that were like the highlights there, obviously.
Like, I mean, I can think of like, we mention what were some big ones that stood out to each of us, and then we can talk about that.
Yeah. I guess we could start with Gage, since he's our guest today.
Going back over some of the list here, anything that's popping out to me, I'm hoping that Evil Dead the game is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's made by the same team who made the Friday the 13th game. I don't think it's the same people, because I know they went on to make that Predator game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like it's kind of in the same vein of the 4v1 style type of game.
Yeah. The Evil Dead game is like, it looks really promising. So
yeah. It features a whole bunch of characters from like the movies and the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
And it looked all right for the most part. It looks like it might be running about 30 FPS and melee co-op.
Well, this is made by Saber Interactive. They were the ones who oh man, they're like they were under a lot of publishers. They're the ones who made like Spin Tires, the Snow. They helped with Halo 2 Anniversary and the Halo 3 ODST, and Halo 4 for the Combat Evolved Anniversary game.
Mm-hmm.
They also helped with the Crysis 2 and Crysis 3 remastered.
Yeah, I'm looking at their portfolio. I see some of this.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like even Ghostbusters remastered.
Mm-hmm.
They helped port Witcher 3 to the Switch. They worked on World War Z.
They worked on R.I.P.D. the game.
I saw that. I was about to mention that. R.I.P.D. the game.
They did Call of Cthulhu for the Switch.
Ooh.
I think the Switch version of Call of Cthulhu.
Mm-hmm.
But
I will say the Evil Dead game kind of gives me like Dead by what's
Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight, yeah. It gives me like that kind of vibes.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what they're trying to do, but they're trying to set it in the Evil Dead universe.
Mm-hmm. I will say I'm happy that they did bring Bruce Campbell in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy that they included Sam Raimi's car.
Oh yeah,
true.
The iconic car that's like in every Sam Raimi movie.
Yeah, he gets his old banger up in there.
But there is one game that I was kind of I didn't get a chance to see it because I didn't catch on. I didn't jump onto this stream until a little bit later, but because they announced Jurassic World Evolution 2.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Which I got like when I heard that I was like, oh hell yeah, because the first one's really good. Mm-hmm. It's a really good park sim game.
Jurassic Park Tycoon.
Yeah, I mean pretty much. No, but like what's cool, they did make an expansion where it's focused on the actual Jurassic Park from the original movie. And like it's supposed to be set where it's like, oh, now we're expanding it so we can actually turn it into a real park.
They even had Jeff Goldblum come and talk to us about it.
Yeah, exactly. It's made by Frontier Interactive. They're the same guys who did Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo, as well as Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, specifically 3. So no, they are good at making park simulator games.
Yeah.
I highly recommend the first Jurassic World as well as Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo. So yeah, no, I'm excited for that they announced the second one.
Yeah, I don't think they showed any gameplay, or I think it just said it was coming out in 2022. But it looks like
it was
2021. It says it right here.
Oh,
it's
really?
CG. Yeah, it's CG trailer, but they did release gameplay photos.
Oh, damn.
So yeah.
Oh,
you have to go
just giving you the tip. The tip. I took notes throughout many presentations, and every time I didn't see gameplay, I was giving out. I was fucking losing my mind. Yeah. I hate it when they don't show gameplay.
I have one issue in terms of that, because I'm with you, Gage, but specifically for one game that was showed today, which we'll talk about a little later.
Mm-hmm.
But
I will say for me there is one game from from the Game Fest that really, besides the one that we'll talk about, the obvious one later, but the one that really surprised me and got me really excited was Metal Slug Tactics.
I was just about to bring it up. Yeah, Metal Slug Tactics.
It was the first thing they showed off, and I was like, "What's this?" And then like it said SNK, and I'm like, "Wait, what?" And then you see the Metal Slug characters. I'm like, "Wait, what the fuck?" I'm like, "No."
I was like, "Oh, Metal Slug's coming back."
I think, and for me, I think that's like the smartest thing. Like, that's a brilliant idea to do. Take the Metal Slug characters and the idea of Metal Slug and make it into a tactic game. And the small snippets of gameplay they showed look so cool, man.
Keeping that sick ass animation.
Oh yeah, the trailer for it, the animation was just chef's kiss. Just
that's
amazing.
Metal Slug for you.
Yeah.
But man, I fucking love tactics games. I love them.
Mm-hmm.
What is everybody's opinions on Death Stranding director's cut?
I don't care. It was a cute reference to Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that was about it.
I will say, like, it's a very opinion-based game because I think it's purposefully made that way. Because I remember talking to Frank about it, my friend Frank, and we were both saying like Death Stranding is a very much you have to treat it as if you're looking at an art piece. Because it's like, you're either going to get it or you're not going to get it.
It's unfiltered Kojima.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's the thing is like, if you do get it, you're going to end up pretty much loving the game. If you don't get it, you're not going to love it.
No, so I'm wrong. This director's cut is unfiltered Kojima.
Yeah, there we go.
He had to cut stuff out of the original release.
Oh no, it's gonna be 20 more hours of walking.
Because like I got it on sale, so I got a chance to try it. So I could say like, okay, now I can't rip on it because I haven't played it. But now that I have played it, I'm like, yeah, no, I just don't get it. I just do not get it. I could respect that he made it, but I'm just like, I don't get it, man. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
I know that was everyone's opinion when gameplay finally started coming out.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
But it was kind of like that, and you just kind of go like, maybe it'll make sense when we play it, and then you play it, and I'm like, no, back to my original statement.
But who knows? Maybe the director's cut is it's better.
It's smoother. It makes sense. Like
there's more flavors of Monster.
Maybe I hope there's a pina colada flavor. I'm just hoping.
Some small ones that they announced. They added a new hide and seek mode for Among Us. They showed some Overwatch 2 stuff. They also showed
they only showed
character
models
models.
of 2 characters.
Yeah,
that was all they showed of Overwatch 2.
I know. When I saw Blizzard, I was like, "Oh, fuck off."
Yeah.
This is what Toys for Bob is working on.
I am excited. I'm one of the few people that play this game. Well, let me play this game in quotes because I kind of stopped playing it for a good long while because it has to do with my PC. But they did announce for Escape from Tarkov, they showed a Battle in the Streets gameplay, which it's been in development for a good long while of like this of the city of Tarkov. And they finally revealed it and showed a bunch of new stuff in it, even having a fucking APC at the end, possibly being used as a boss, as a boss for the game. And it's just like, holy shit, people are gonna fucking shit themselves and die. So I'm excited to play that, replay that with some friends of mine, Alex and Patrick, who also own it. But they also showed
I was gonna bring this up, but like they didn't really show much of it, just like a trailer, and it was the Borderlands spin-off game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
Yeah.
I don't care about Gearbox or anything they have to put out. Fuck Randy Pitchford.
Dude,
I don't care about your Netflix show.
I watched the Gearbox one. I don't even want to bring up the Gearbox one because it was just bad.
Yeah.
So I'll just get it out of the way now. I watched it, and like the first person you see is Randy Pitcher. I'm like, oh fuck you! I'm just like yelling
last
at the
night
screen.
last night I was bringing up articles and IGN's like first video that they have on there, Borderlands Netflix show, and there's like the thumbnail is fucking Randy Pitchford. I was like,
Oh, the nasty. Fuck
Yeah,
that
he was
dude.
like on set. I think it was the movie. I don't think it's a show.
I don't care.
Yeah, either way, it's like
Yeah.
he got to talk. He talked to the director, who apparently the director of it, like he did the Cabin Fever movies. There were other movies that he did that were notable. I couldn't remember which ones they were. But I'm still kind of like, I'm not gonna see it because Borderlands kind of like after 2, I was just kind of done with it.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I just don't care.
Yeah,
I know my friend Rico, he because I asked him about like what's his thoughts about like what they're doing with the movie, and he hates it. He's all like, I don't like the casting at all, and he's one of the ones that was excited for Borderlands 3, but was really disappointed with it because he loved Borderlands 2, and so he was real disappointed with Borderlands 3.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about anybody talking about Borderlands 3.
There were times I was really close to getting it when it was on sale, just so I could try it, and I'm really glad I didn't.
I think it's $20 now. You could buy the game at GameStop for $20.
Oof.
Makes sense.
Oh, speaking of horrible, shocking news, did anyone have any reaction to the new game, the new hot battle royale game, Blood Hunt? Set in the Vampire the Masquerade universe.
I was just like, when I watched it, I was like, who asked for this? Like, who was asking for this game?
You know who didn't? 80% of the staff that was working on the new Vampire the Masquerade game.
Wow. That's funny.
Ooh.
What the
God.
Oh man, dude. When I saw that, I was, oh my god, is this what the game turned into? This super deep adaptation of a fucking tabletop RPG is turning into fucking BR. Oh my god. No wonder people were leaving left and right.
I forgot that was that was shown at all.
It was there. It was just a CG trailer, but
that one, and honestly, now I'm gonna get Blood Hunt and the other game by Arcane Studios confused.
Oh god!
But we'll get to that. We'll get to the Arcane.
Dude, there's so much of this shit coming out. We have Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt. We have the Arcane Studios. I wrote it down here. What did I write? Oh, Left for Twilights, also known as Redfall, which they showed no gameplay of.
Yeah.
Oh,
I underlined no gameplay. And what else? We also have Back for Blood.
Yeah.
Which I have played Back for Blood. I played the beta on PC, and I really enjoyed it. I think that game...
I will say, the more they show of it, the more I'm really interested in getting it.
Which one's
it's
Back
pretty...
for Blood again?
It's the Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It's the zombie game.
Yes, the zombie.
Okay. I'm excited for that one.
Mm-hmm. I think it's pretty fun. I like to see where it is at launch.
Yeah, I want to get it when it's at launch. I don't want to play the beta stuff, but because I want to be able to get it with like I think my friend Alex and Patrick were thinking of probably getting that when it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but
I hope there's console and PC crossplay though.
Yeah,
that would be nice.
I think they said that they're going to do that. I'm not sure though, but
hopefully.
But also, there's the
I want to bring up before we get to the big one, the obvious one.
Yeah.
You guys remember Nier Automata?
Yes, I do.
They announced a 2B costume for Fall Guys.
Yep. I want the skirt to get blown off, and I want to see their big giant ass.
The big giant bean ass. Woo, woo, woo.
But the one thing at the end of the show that we've all been waiting for, and that was Rocket League Rocket League Fast 9 crossover.
Yeah!
That's what we were waiting for.
Yeah!
Give it a round of applause for that.
It used to be in the Rocket League store a long time ago until Epic bought them, and now they brought back the Fast 9. They're bringing also the Fast 9 card, dude. Yeah, that was a big thing
Oh, he broke. Just my God, just give yourself a round of applause. My God. But no, they showed. We finally been waiting for some reveal of it for a long time, or at least
2 Point Campus.
I'll be perfectly honest. That one actually, I kind of want to try because I'm into sim games.
No, I don't like it. Sega keeps sending me emails to play 2 Point Hospital. I'm like, fuck off. I don't want to play 2 Point Campus either.
Oh my God.
But no, yes, but Rob is right. After years, ever since I think like the last 2 Game Awards when they announced this, it's been silent to the point where everyone's like, is this even real? Does this even exist at all? Until the last thing where they finally fucking showed Elden Ring from Software's new game that is is working alongside with George R.R. Martin, which I was surprised to see that he doesn't have a big role with the game, but he's more of the person. He's the guy that he's working with the lore and some of the like story with it.
Yeah, which is strange since most Souls-like games feature very little story, and when you look at the trailer, it's like, yeah, that's a Souls-like.
Yeah. I think what I think is amazing about. Here's the thing. I haven't played a From Software game yet, and I want to. I've been trying to, but I haven't yet. So I was still very excited that they announced this, and then to later find out that it's open world also. Oh yeah. I'm just like, shit. I may need to pick this game up when it comes out.
And it comes out, which was a shocker to me. Which it comes out. It's the first month of 2022, January 21st. Which is just it's shocking to see that.
Like I honestly thought, because I thought like Elden Ring was going to be, because they were working with George R.R. Martin, I thought it was going to be something Game of Thrones related. But then they finally showed it. I'm like, oh no, it's more in line with Dark Souls than it is with, because you put the name and the thing. Yeah. So anyway,
for me, it's like I knew they weren't gonna do it. I was like, oh, they're probably gonna do like something medieval. That's what I was thinking at first when I saw it, because I'm like, if it was George R.R. Martin, it would have to say Game of Thrones if it was going to be Game of Thrones related. But but what the gameplay they showed and how it looks great. Like it looks a lot of fun. Looks like a lot of fun.
So it looks like a Souls.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I just want Bloodborne 2. That's what I want.
Yeah. Bloodborne 2 on the PS5.
Yes, please. Bloodborne 1 on PS5, with 60 FPS, please. That would be great. That's all I want.
Hey Sony, if you're listening to this, please,
Jesus,
bring us Bloodborne on the PS5 and Bloodborne 2, please. But that's basically like the big things that came out.
Yeah, that's what pretty much kicked off. Yeah.
There was like a lot of indie games and things we already know about. Like Monster Hunter Stories 2. They had some Call of Duty stuff, Far Cry, and some indie games. But yeah, overall, I think for me personally, the Summer Game Fest wasn't that bad. It's just there was some indie stuff that was like, oh, either they were interesting or not, but I feel like they still had some like interesting surprises with Summer Game Fest. I feel like it could have been a bit shorter. Like they could have like cut off some stuff. But I didn't hate this one. I didn't hate it either. I thought there were some good stuff in it. Yeah. Because I think there was one that we'll talk about later that I hated the most, but we'll get to
Yeah, the Gearbox one, right? We're talking about the Gearbox one.
Yeah, and now for Gearbox, and now for Ubisoft.
Yeah,
Ubisoft. The next day when it officially started with E3, we had I believe we had Gearbox, we had Ubisoft.
Anyway, moving on from Gearbox.
And I believe,
and that's Gearbox.
We also had Devolver Digital as well.
Hell yeah, I love Devolver. That's always a fucking blasty blast to watch.
Oh yeah, it was another good one. It was another good show. And also I know a lot of people were saying online it seemed like they're really like making fun of Ubisoft in that and in this stream. They brought up NFTs.
God.
Yeah, they hopped on cryptocurrency like super quick. If you don't remember from a few years ago when they put out Loot Box Coin.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You could buy into Loot Box Coin, which was their cryptocurrency, which the price of it wasn't tied to the free market. It just fluctuated. It was just a random number that would generate, and that's how much it cost.
And this year they had their premium subscription.
Oh yeah, what was it? It was kind of also making fun of HBO Max because it was like Devolver Max Plus or something like that.
Yeah, it was like Devolver.
I briefly saw that. I didn't see the Devolver Digital stream.
And also there was also a lot of chili dogs in that presentation yesterday. Which
probably
it's called it's called Devolver Max Pass Plus.
Yep.
It's like the chili dog supposed to be a reference to Sonic or what?
I think so, since it's the 30th anniversary and they're gonna do the big symphony.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's what I thought Devolver was gonna show something Sonic related because they had so many chili dogs in there, and they were just all of them were eating, and I'm like, what's going on? And then in the background while they're talking about how they advertise, we're basically like, it's a streaming service where you get everything for free, but in reality, you're giving us you're paying us like thousands of dollars just to get nothing. And like in the background, you see this guy banging his head on a worker banging his head on the desk while the whole office is bloody.
Yeah.
Yep.
God.
And I will say Devolver did have some interesting indie games there.
Mm-hmm. They always show off something like super interesting, which is like where you see stuff like either like Carrion or Escape the Gungeon, stuff like that.
And this year, the one that caught my eye was excuse me, it's called Death Door. You play as a crow. It's like a dungeon crawler game.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that looks actually really interesting.
Yeah, some really good standouts were Death's Door, Wizard with a Gun.
Oh yeah.
a game called Inscription, which is like a deck building card based horror game made by the Pony Island dev. And then the really big standout was Trek to Yomi, which is like a black and white side scrolling samurai game.
Oh yeah. Oh, wow. It looks really good. Like that's
the
one that caught my eye. Whew. And they kept showing Shadow Warriors 3. And I'm like, that game's been like in development for quite a while. So I'm like, I wonder when that one's coming out.
It's a race. It's a race between Shadow Warrior 3 and Deathloop.
Yeah.
Which one's gonna come out?
Which one's coming out first?
Even here on my notes, I want to get this out. When I wrote on the back of my card for the Microsoft Bethesda thing, I wrote no Deathloop. Thank God.
Yeah. I was like, oh, thank God.
Let's not dedicate 2 minutes to Deathloop.
Yeah. But Devolver was a good show, though. Devolver's Digital was another good show.
Mm-hmm.
But now to Ubisoft.
Yes. Ubisoft. The French-European company.
Which may or may not be done with their sexual assault allegations.
Yeah.
Rampant throughout their company.
So, like, basically, first off, fuck you, Ubisoft. Get your shit right.
I mean, at least, yeah, it's like at least they did something about it, but I think there's still some shit going down, and it's just like fucking deal with it properly. Anyway,
yeah. But enough with that. But yes, Ubisoft had their event, and
I mean, it wasn't the best, but I hated the new Rainbow Six game they showed. It wasn't even a Rainbow Six game. Like,
oh yeah, Extraction. Right?
Yeah, apparently, my brother told me this. Apparently, originally, before the pandemic happened, it was going to be called Rainbow Six Quarantine. But then 2020 happened, and they had to change the name to Extraction. And but then when I watched it, I'm like, how the fuck is this a Rainbow Six game? Rainbow Six is about counterterrorism. Yeah. What the fuck does fighting aliens have to do with counterterrorism?
Which the aliens are just basically symbiotes, like Venom and Carnage and all that.
Yeah. Like, I didn't even bother to watch it because I was like, this isn't even a Rainbow Six game. How dare you call it Rainbow Six? Like, that's how mad I was at it. I was just like, no, it's not Rainbow Six. Even my brother said, well, now I don't feel bad about talking about the older games now, how they're much better. I'm like, yeah, no, the older Rainbow Six games are much better.
Yeah. I still have memories of me like watching my cousin over the shoulder, him playing Rainbow Six on the PC and him dying over and over trying to infiltrate this house.
For me, it's watching my brother Stefan play Rainbow Six Vegas 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, like, there was one time when we both got it, we both started playing it together. It was like, yes, it was fun. Man, they just need to bring... when Rainbow Six Siege first was announced, I'm like, oh, this is actually a cool idea. Then they turned it into a competitive thing, and it was just like, oh, now you're just kind of focusing on Rainbow Six Siege and not wanting to make a new Rainbow Six. And then they finally did, and we get Extraction. Which honestly, at first, I thought it was like it was a part of Rainbow Six Siege, but no, it's its own separate game.
Yep.
Yeah.
I will say though, to go away from me ranting about that really quick before I pass it on to somebody else, there were a couple games I did like. There's one at the end of the conference that I think we'll talk about later, that I really was like surprised by, and I was like, oh shit, I'm excited for that. But there is one that I did like, which was the Riders Republic game, because I think that's made by the same guys who did the Steep game for Ubisoft.
Oh yeah, Steep.
And Steep is just, it's mesmerizing to play. Because like you're just kind of just going down the mountain on either skis or on a snowboard, and you're just kind of like, dude, this is just kind of fucking chill. And then this one, they're adding like BMX bikes and stuff like that, and it's like, dude, I want to fucking play this game.
Also, I will say before we continue, we gotta pay our respects because something sad happened during that time. So it's been confirmed that Just Dance 2022 will not be on the Wii. This will be the first Just Dance that will not be in the Nintendo Wii.
Yep.
So let's just give a moment of silence for those for the Nintendo Wii.
Mm-hmm.
And we're back.
Anyway,
peace be with you.
my Wii is just a GameCube, enhanced GameCube. That's all it is now.
I'm not thinking of that one Vine where it's the skater guy and he's like, so no head, and then he just spikes his phone on the ground and then he slams on his skateboard and breaks it in half.
God damn it.
And I'll just imagine, so no Just Dance 2022 on Wii, just spike the Wii on the pavement and jump on your Wii U gamepad.
Oh my god.
I will say, I think the one game for me personally that I really was excited for, even though it was leaked literally the morning before Ubisoft's conference happened.
Huge announcement end off, to capstone your presentation. Hope nothing happens.
Yeah, which is my anticipated game, Mario plus Rabbids Spark of Hope, I believe that's what it's called.
Yeah, Sparks of Hope.
And I gotta say, I love the first Mario plus Rabbids game. It's a weird thing because I've never beat it, because every time I try to finish it, I'm always like at the last like section of the game. But every time I do, it's either like, oh, I gotta go to school when I don't have my console with me, so I never go and I never finish it. And it's been months since I come back, and I always have to restart it. Or like I'm like, oh, a new game came out, so it's like, so it's always tough for me to like to find the right time to do it. But now I know I have to finish it, especially since the new one's coming out like around in 2022. And for those who haven't played it, I highly recommend playing Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. It's such a fun game. Also,
I never got around to it, so
really,
I love tactics and
also
I love XCOM games like that.
And Grant Kirkhope is the composer for the game.
Nice.
Apparently, I remember Edgar showed me a brief clip that they put the opening to Banjo-Tooie song. You can hear it when Mario's looking at the computer screen at the beginning of the trailer for Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope. And I'm like, oh, hey, that is the same opening.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's a cool Easter egg that he puts, like where he's like, oh, when he's composing the music, he puts a bit of banjo music in it. But the way
Mario game, which I think is funny.
I think it still baffles me seeing Mario with a gun.
But now he's dual wielding.
Yes, dueling 2 guns. And the way they were describing this, and what it seems like they're really going big with this, because it takes place in space, and you're going to different planets, and you're trying to save basically the galaxy from this big monster. And what I've seen is like it looks like even the combat is changing. Like it's still the same like tactics kind of look, but like they're evolving it, especially what gameplay they were showing. And that is getting me excited. Like that's what I would call that's hype level. That was for me personally the best thing from Ubisoft that they showed. If it would have been even better if Nintendo themselves didn't leak it the morning before the presentation.
Nintendo!
Out of all the things, Nintendo. And this happened with the last Mario Rabbids game. It was leaked like a month ago before the Ubisoft presentation. It's like, god dang it. It's like somehow I feel like this is like on purpose or something.
It's like, god, man. But at least they had something else that didn't leak. Surprisingly, I don't know how. This is the biggest kept secret of all time in the year of our Lord 2021.
None of you, I guarantee no one in this fucking world expected them to announce this game. No one in the fucking world. Maybe that one person was like, you know what? I want that game to happen. Like specifically, then good job on you, dude. You deserve a medal. But no one in a million fucking years would expect that Ubisoft, with their brand new, quote unquote, brand new engine that they're going to use, are making a fucking, I shit you not, a fucking Avatar game. Not Avatar The Last Airbender. James Cameron's Avatar.
You want to know something pretty funny? I'm looking at the IGN view count for these trailers for the Ubisoft ones. So you get ones like for Riders Republic, it's like 95K. Watch Dogs Legion Bloodline is 160,000. The Mario plus Rabbids official trailer is 186,000. Fucking Avatar, 1.3 million views.
I can't believe James Cameron came back to Ubisoft after the first Avatar game. Back in the fucking dregs of the early 2010s.
I played that game, and I got pretty far in it for the military thing. It was a shit game, but for some reason, I kept wanting to play it.
For some reason, they pushed that multiplayer super hard. I don't know why.
Damn.
Oh my god.
I heard that he was working on a game with them. I think they had like an official, they had a reveal trailer, not a reveal trailer, but just a teaser that they're working on something a long time ago. So I knew it was in the process. I just didn't know that we were going to get it.
I honestly thought that because the only thing I heard from James Cameron is he's making 3 fucking Avatar films back to back, and he did a thing where he made a deal with Disney where they had the Avatar section in the Animal Kingdom.
I want to go see that because
I've been there and it's pretty cool. But
like they have the floating mountains. I want to see that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's like one of the places people should go when they go to like Disneyland.
I know a lot of people. There's a good amount of people who don't like the Avatar movie that I know. I just like this movie, man. I like this world. I want to explore more of it, and that's why I was so excited when they showed this game. It's like it seemed like it's gonna be an open world, possibly first person game in the Avatar world.
Breath of the Avatar.
I'm like, but no, I'm just like, oh shit, like fucking yes. I hope this is good. I really hope it is.
I will say, back when the movie came out, when I was young, I remember liking the movie. I've never seen it ever since, so it's been like a decade already, because that movie came out in 2009.
I rewatched it a lot, and like the only thing I could say is like, oh yeah, this is just Alien Pocahontas. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a good for what it is at the time. It was like, no, it's pretty good. Like,
I mean, for 2009, of like the visual effects it did was fucking breathtaking at the time.
I remember there were some people who would say, like, there's some people I know that would say, like, I still don't understand why it was nominated for Best Picture. I'm like, the fuck you talking about?
I'm like, I can't say anything because I haven't seen the movie in a long time. But
my thing about that is, like, I would then say, then why the hell was Lord of the Rings nominated for the Oscar for Best Picture? Because you're essentially, I'm not saying like it does deserve it, because we rewatched it. They're really good. But like if you're saying like, oh, I don't understand why the first Avatar movie was nominated for Best Picture, like then you might as well say that for like big movies like fucking Lord of the Rings.
I mean, because I'm like that argument could go for like, oh, you could say that with why was Boss Baby nominated for Best Animated Movie, or why Ferdinand was nominated for Best Animated Movie, or why Mulan was nominated for stuff in the Oscars. You know, it goes with those questions. But who knows? Maybe I'll rewatch the movie because I think it's on Disney Plus. But
yeah,
you look at the nominations. It's like Pinocchio was not who that movie came out.
But
I remember, like, yeah, I was confused when I saw that the Pinocchio thing, because I was like, wait, I thought it didn't come out, and then I found out it's like, oh wait, it's a completely different movie by like an Italian studio.
Yeah.
But
I mean, at the same time, what made me so just baffled with this game is like, the movie came out in 2009, which is basically already a decade long, like almost 12 years since the movie came out. And it's just like, who is still excited? Who's still excited for like the future back-to-back movies he's making that are been in development for like years already? And apparently it's supposed to come out next year, the second one. But
Robin slowly raises his hand.
And I mean, here's the thing: when the first one came out, I was excited for the sequel, and I kept hearing it got pushed back, and all this stuff, to the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of this. I don't give a shit. And then like now this game coming out, it's like, wait, when I first saw it, I was like, wait, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck?
I have a feeling the reason why I was getting pushed back is because he's trying to do, like you said, like they're filming it back to back. He's trying to do like what Peter Jackson did with the Lord of the Rings movies.
I mean,
where they just,
the one thing that I think is obvious, the one thing that I think is really obvious is because James Cameron is like a perfectionist, and he really, whenever he makes a film, he always wants something that stands out and something that blows other people, blows people's mind. Like, I guess you could say.
James Cameron is a good director. I have faith in him for these next movies. Yes, it's been since 2009 since we've heard anything about these. So yeah, I understand the argument of like, why should I be excited for these if we've waited since 2009 for them? But like, my thing is like, yeah, but it's James Cameron. Like, a lot of his movies that he's done has been pretty damn good. So there's probably a reason why it's being pushed back if it's by him.
You're saying this isn't a Duke Nukem Forever scenario.
Is
that what you're telling me?
I am hoping not. My God, don't scare me like that, Gage.
Oh, what? No, what if the sequel's like a brain fart or some shit?
Oh no!
Ooh.
What if it's bad?
And it's like, oh, we got another one to wait.
Well, I mean,
there's another one coming out.
I mean, if you've seen like the behind the scenes stuff of like the making of this movie of the first Avatar, it's been they poured thousands, if not millions, of dollars just for the creation of the language, the creation of the animals and their habitats and backgrounds for these animals, and the backgrounds for the food they eat, and the background for those plants, the backgrounds of the geometry of it, the background of the planets, the background of the cultures, and even the background for the fucking music. Like, so much money was so poured in this. They had like scientists and anthropologist people, like a lot of like history scientists that he hired, historians and scientists and all these.
They were trying to make a planet that would be a realistic other Earth type planet that we would eventually find. That's the reason why he got like expert botanists and expert people like that. All
I'm gonna say is, I hope Ubisoft pulls everyone off Beyond Good and Evil 2 and puts them on this.
Please.
Yeah. Because that's like Beyond Good and Evil 2 was like announced all years ago, and we haven't heard anything since.
I was listening to what the guys were saying on IGN like after the presentation, and they were talking about Beyond Good and Evil 2. And they were saying like this is turning into a game we're probably never going to see ever again.
Yep.
Because they put it out and they didn't get the biggest reaction they wanted for it, so they're probably going to slowly quietly cancel.
They brought out the whole dev team. And they were crying on stage. We're making Beyond Good and Evil 2. And they started weeping.
They even fired the person that was in charge of it.
Yeah, Michel Ancel got the fuck out of there.
Yeah. So, like, I have no faith in the second game, at all.
Well, I mean, it wasn't even considered a sequel. It was a prequel.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I was like, I'm like, I don't know about this. I'm like, it's been years. I'm like, we're not. I feel like they secretly already canceled it, but they're not going to announce it to anybody. Like, I think nobody.
I think, like, because they showed it, they announced it at the first E3. Then I think next year they showed a bit more of it to see if maybe it's like, okay, maybe there might be more following it the second time we showed it. Nothing. And then it just kind of
oh, but sir, how we going to tell that we cancelled the Beyond Good and Evil 2? Jacques, go touch Secretary Boob real quick.
What does that have to do with anything? Nothing. Just go do it.
But I don't want to. I'm gonna get fired.
Fucked up. Yeah. God, that's so fucked.
I'm like, anyways, at the end, Ubisoft, get your shit together. Stop acting like.
Get your shit together and put out a new Prince of Persia.
Seriously?
Well, but they're remaking the first one, even though it doesn't look that great, and they had a delay because of that.
Put a new one out. So, I'm excited for Avatar. There we go. I'm excited for the game.
I'm excited for our remaster of Far Cry Blood Dragon.
Oh, yeah, I forgot they announced that.
Yeah.
But you have to buy the season pass to 6.
I'm also excited. I'm actually kind of excited for Far Cry 6 because it feels different compared to 5, and I did not like 5. The gunplay, the gameplay is just it all felt the same since 3. And it's starting to look like it's something new in the 6th one. And that's why I'm like,
you can play as the villain from 3, the one that appeared at the beginning. That's about it.
Yeah, the one that they really focused on making. Hey, you get to play as the Far Cry 4 villain. I love Pagan Men. I thought he was a good villain. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
I just liked him. Out of like from 3 through 5, the fourth one I like the best of that formula that they tried to do.
Then they'd have like a Far Cry Primal, like it takes place like in the Stone Age.
Shut up. We don't talk about that game.
Far Cry Primal. Oh my gosh.
Oh no. But,
so anyway, we move on to today.
Oh shit! What happened today?
But before what happened today, so basically, in general, quick thoughts. Ubisoft was okay. I only like the Mario plus Rabbids game because I'm excited for that one. Avatar game looks interesting because I think it would fit better as a game because of the animals and you get to interact with them. But that's what I think. But now we're back to here today. And what's today, guys? Today is Sunday. It's 91 degrees.
Sunday.
It's 91 degrees outside, mostly sunny. Xbox
and today Xbox and Bethesda started. I was like, I was almost about to yell at you, Edgar. Like, fucking, just get to it already, Edgar. I want to talk about it already.
No, we're talking about the weather today.
Oh my god!
I gotta know what happened. What's outside?
Let's talk about the weather in the new Battlefield game.
Oh,
I'll be honest. I'm like, if I'm the only one out, like, I'm fucking stoked for it. Like, because I'm a fan of Battlefield games. Did not like 5. That was bad. Did not like 5. It's because when I did find out about 5 is apparently... So, they've been working on this since Battlefield 1. Battlefield 2042. That's what they've been working on this since 1. All of a sudden, because Call of Duty decided, hey, we're going to go back into World War II, EA was like, hey, DICE, we want you to make a World War II game. Like, but we're working on this one. No, make this. So they rushed to make Battlefield 5, and it came out, and it was bad.
Oh, yeah, it was.
So this is the one that they've been working on since Battlefield 1. So I'm a bit more excited for this one, and the fact that it's set in not too distant future. Literally, like, this is 20 years from now. So, like...
Yeah! Grappling hooks! 20 years later, let's go!
I do like that it's a nod to the very first Battlefield, like just the title itself, because Battlefield 1942, Battlefield 2042, and I'm also wanting to know because they're going to show more of this at EA Play in July, and apparently
I don't want to watch that.
Apparently, DICE LA says that there's a mode coming to the game that's a love letter to longtime Battlefield veterans. So I'm like, okay, what is that? When you mean by longtime Battlefield veterans, do you mean Battlefield veterans back all the way up to Battlefield 3 or 1942? Which one are you talking about? Because
it's Battlefield Heroes, the Team Fortress 2 clone.
Oh,
that's what they're bringing back.
It was really stupid, but it was kind of stupid fun to play a bit.
Ooh.
I hated the microtransaction. That was the start of the microtransaction bullshit. Yeah. So anyway, but I enjoy when I first seeing it, the gameplay of it, because at first I was intrigued because when they first showed the reveal trailer, I'm like, okay, well, let's see what the gameplay looks like. And then I seeing the gameplay, I'm like, okay, I would want to see demo, like, you know, like of an actual person playing it, like a let's play of it. And I may pick this up. Maybe not. I'm definitely not going to pre-order this, but I learned my lesson because of 5. But I do want to get it. I'm excited for it. That's just me. I know a lot of people have some issues with the weather thing that they're doing with this game. But I mean, I think that's just part of they're just trying to be separate from their competitor Call of Duty.
I wrote here on my notes, tornado raid boss. Must shoot the tornado.
What are your thoughts of it, of the gameplay? All right.
So anyway, next on my notes, I have 12 minutes. It's finally coming out in August.
I know.
I
was like, about time. I'm like, when is this fucking game coming out? It has Willem Dafoe. It's got Daisy Ridley, I believe, and it has Willem Dafoe
and Daisy Ridley.
And
Jason
wonderful.
Grealish. Yeah.
Oh, he's doing the loop gimmick.
Oh my god!
It's the game that's not Deathloop.
Okay, so
But that was super fast.
so can we talk about Starfield? Because that was the first thing they showed.
I also want to say Psychonauts 2 coming out in August.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Love Psychonauts.
So down for that. Finally, it's coming out in August, right?
Yes, August 25th.
Oh yeah, I fucking.
And then I have two other notes. Bethesda telling me to play Skyrim and Fallout 76. Fuck you. And
Okay, to be fair, 76 has gotten a lot better. It has.
I'm still not gonna buy it.
You don't have to. I'm just saying it's gotten a lot better. And I don't give a shit about the Steel Rain update that they did, but when they announced the Pit teaser, that I lost my shit for.
I do like the Pit.
Yeah, that one I was just like, oh shit! Like, another thing for me to come back to play it, because it's like, here's the thing with 76. I hated it when I first got it because my brother got it and he wanted somebody to play it with him. So I'm like, all right, fine, I'll get it. Here's the thing that sucks about it though, is that I got it at full price. Week later, it goes on sale for $30. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Woo. And I got really upset. Anyway, so yeah, I played it, like, it was like, I like, the idea's there, but it's just like, when it first came out, it was broken, there was nothing, you couldn't do much in it, it was literally, the only NPCs were non-human, and you had to fight them, and then I was like, okay, I'm done playing it, I'm not playing anymore. Then they started adding the, they added, like, an actual story to it, with actual NPCs that you can talk to. I started
like
playing that. Like a Fallout game, yeah. So I reinstalled it. I started playing it. I'm like, this is a lot better now. Way better. There's still some funkiness to it because it's a Bethesda game and it's on the Creation Engine, but I think I can keep playing this. So I hop back on it from time to time. And now that there's the Pit expansion coming out, I'm definitely going to be playing that. Like I said, like, I would rather it be that Fallout 76 does not exist, even if I am praising it now for part of it. I still think, like, this game should not exist because a Fallout game is not supposed to be a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
If you were going to make a multiplayer game, why not just do what you did with Elder Scrolls and make Elder Scrolls Online and make a Fallout Online?
Speaking of which, here on my notes, I wrote ESO, more like NO.
Yeah.
Nope.
That one I just did not pay attention to. I am excited though. Another one that a lot of people are kind of like bored of it, and I was too for a good long while until they announced this. Sea of Thieves announced a Pirates of the Caribbean expansion with a whole new story with a bunch of the original actors coming back to voice their characters.
Is it the original actors, or is it like? Because
I think it's
because I didn't want to hesitate and say.
It could be either or. I don't know, because if they are impersonators, they sound pretty damn good.
Yeah, because I was hearing, I'm like, that kind of sounds like Johnny Depp, but I'm like, I don't know if it is until, like, they would have to confirm it though. But until now, I'm just gonna be like, it's probably just people who can do a good impersonation of the cast. So I'll just give it that. But I'm
trying to remember if Johnny Depp voiced Jack Sparrow in Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm trying to remember.
I did look it up. Is Johnny Depp voicing Jack Sparrow in Sea of Thieves? And he's like, Jack Sparrow portrays Johnny Depp portrays him in all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, but Johnny Depp is not playing Jack Sparrow in the free Sea of Thieves: A Pirate's Life. Mm-hmm. However, there's a however. Hang on.
Oh,
let me get to that. However, Rare's announcement features no mention. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was but Johnny Depp is not playing Jack Sparrow in the free Sea of Thieves: A Pirate Lives expansion. However,
but I know, because I'm like, that's because I'm thinking, like, he's probably the person who's doing the Johnny Depp Jack Sparrow impression in Sea of Thieves. He's probably the same one that does it for Kingdom Hearts.
Probably.
Jack Sparrow's most recent video game appearance in Kingdom Hearts 3, where voice actor Jared Butler plays the role. It's possible that Butler will reprise the role for the Sea of Thieves thing. Expect to hear more soon. So yeah. All right. Well, that explains it. But I'm still
expansion, yeah, I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, I'm still excited for it. It's gonna get me to want to to play the game again.
You get to fight Davy Jones.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then we also got more gameplay of Stalker 2, which they announced last year.
Get out of here, Stalker.
Yeah, I knew. Like, I didn't know it was. I had a feeling like when it was showing, like, oh, this is Stalker. It has to be Stalker. Like, well, and you say it's Stalker, it's Stalker, Stalker.
They said they said it in the beginning. They're like, oh, here's another trailer for Stalker 2.
Oh, I didn't hear that. So to me, it made it better to when they didn't. I really wish they just did not say the names before the trailer for a lot of these, even if they are small, like Stalker 2, because it works better when you get that reveal of hearing the PDA sound going off. I'm like, oh, it's Stalker 2 at the very end of the trailer, because like I knew that sound effect from the Stalker games. So I'm like, oh, okay. I think that would have been. It's like with when they revealed Village, the very beginning. Like Edgar noticed that it was Resident Evil because when you go, you know the part where you find the you have to find all 4 of the baby parts and put.
In the trailer it has it just showed like quick glimpses, but I noticed one of the glimpses they showed glided, it had the Umbrella logo in it. I'm like, holy shit, is this Resident Evil 8? And sure enough, it was Resident Evil 8.
Also, you could spot the RE engine from a mile away.
Yeah.
I mean, but like when I was watching it, I didn't notice the Umbrella logo. It didn't take me a bit until it was revealed what the name of it was. That I was like, oh yeah, it's the RE engine. Like it felt more impactful when it literally just said Village. Then I'm like, oh, is this a new game? Like a completely different IP. Then it showed the 8 in Village, and I was like, holy shit. That just made it all the better. Like, but anyway, so
they also showed Halo Infinite and its multiplayer.
What did I write down about that?
I will say I do think it's kind of cool that at least the multiplayer is free.
True. And releasing Holiday, that's really good.
Is it just me, or like did it look better than what we were shown last time?
They didn't show you the fucking
they didn't show you.
Yeah.
Fucking Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people online, like on Twitter, were saying like, "Oh, it does look better." So I'm like, okay, because the one thing that made it look uncanny is when they showed like the gameplay of it, the single player. But what they showed that was single player was just a cutscene, and so I'm like, I don't know. But until they show the enemies, that's when I'll be like, okay, maybe it looks better. But the multiplayer, them adding the grappling hook in the game, it looks fun. I'll say the multiplayer.
And was that Valhalla with one of the maps that they were showing off, or like from Halo 3? Because it seems like they were playing on the map Valhalla at Halo 3.
Seemed like there was like a desert level. Felt a little Halo 3-ish.
Yeah.
There was a guy in a samurai costume, and I was like, oh damn.
Yeah, I mean that, like, I think that's like you get that they added that in Halo 3. I remember that. But no, like I'm excited for it. Like I'll be honest, like after this, I'm still trying to get a PS5. Can't get one. After seeing this, and also knowing that Microsoft has been selling their Series X's now in stores instead of just fully online, I'm like, I might probably might end up just going to get a Series X from the store.
I know for you want to get the next gen console, but you know, for me, I'm personally I want to get the best of the best, the most highest quality of consoles ever, Robin. Because I talked to you about this. It's ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you heard, but like I'm getting a bit ahead of myself, but it's still game related, but towards the end of the presentation, after they finished the Xbox presentation, they gave a glimpse, and they had a release date for holiday 2020 for the best console that we're ever going to see in our lives, which is you're like, oh, you want to get the Xbox Series S or X? Nah, fuck that. Oh, you want to get a PS5? Fuck that. No, none of that shit. What you want is an Xbox mini fridge.
They did it.
An Xbox mini fridge. They had the big fridge, but
I was talking.
You want to put you know what, you want to put your gaming fuel in there, your gamer stuff, your drinks and your shit. You want to put all that in there. Get the Xbox fridge. I'm so. I had
a conversation with Edgar because I was like, so it was after it ends. He tells me, okay, now I really want that Xbox mini fridge, and I thought he was joking. I thought he was talking about like the Series X, and I put I'm close to getting that instead now. Then later he then puts, it says holiday 2020 in replying to me. I'm like thinking, no, the Series X is already out. And then this was also in the time I also then saw the fridge trailer. It was like, wait, you want the fridge thing they made? I was talking about the actual Series X.
There's a polygon.
There's more confusion that continues on because then he says, oh, well, I meant the actual mini fridge. Then I'm moving on from that. I just said, oh, I didn't realize Halo still didn't get a release date. This was also before I found out that there was a release date. And then he replied to, oh, I didn't realize. He put, yeah, and I really want it then a next-gen console. I don't know why. And I replied to what I said, like, oh, I realized I put that wasn't in response to the mini fridge. And then he said, you gotta be more specific. And then I put, I was specific. It was what followed after is what makes it a part of it.
and then I put, LMAO. I just want that fridge, man.
God damn it.
There's a Polygon article that says you'll be able to buy an actual Xbox mini fridge later this year. Subtitle, no. Seriously.
I'm really hoping I could get my hands on a mini fridge because I'm like, people come in and they're like, oh, you got the new Xbox Series X. I'm like, I mean, I got the fridge, but no, it's better, because can your PS5 open up and you could add your nice refreshments in there? No,
didn't think so. Okay, can we? I really want to talk about this one game before we wrap up the Microsoft one. Because I think what I mean by wrap it up, I want to talk, for the wrapping up part, it's talking about these 3 games that I feel should have been moved around a bit. But the one game that start off the whole thing, we get Todd Howard, or on the stream, we call him God Howard.
God Howard.
I call him Todd Coward.
Because, we're still waiting for the 50th version of Skyrim to be released. Please, we want it
for our Samsung
fridge. That's what we wanted on the Skyrim Ultimate Diamond Galaxy Edition for the Samsung fridge. Anyway, so Starfield. They announced, they showed, didn't they say that it was a gameplay reveal, but then it turned out to be CG?
Yeah, they said it was gameplay reveal, but then it said in the bottom, like in Engine 2, like the Creation Engine 2. And I'm just like, and I was seeing that and I was like, this is just the trailer. It's like the Avatar one. They say it's an engine, but I'm like, it's just a trailer. It's not gameplay.
I need to double check about the bottom part, because I swear I thought it said, okay, so it did say 2, because I think I didn't see the 2. I saw Creation Engine and I thought, don't fucking tell me it's still in the Creation Engine. And apparently that's half true, because what I found out is that the Series X version of Starfield is going to be on their newest engine, Creation Engine 2, but the PC version is going to be on the original Creation Engine, the one that they've had since Morrowind. Or I think it's the one they had since Oblivion, because I think Creation Engine 2 is still the same one. They just updated it or upgraded it to be better and work better. So I'm hoping it looks better. But it wasn't a game. Like it wasn't gameplay. It says alpha in-game footage, and then you watch them like this. Just feels like a CG trailer.
Mm-hmm. And even after watching the trailer, we still don't know what the fuck this game is.
That's not what alpha means. Alpha means there's no title screen. Mm-hmm. You put in your fucking command code, and the game boots up.
It's just what's it called? A type your own adventure game.
Yeah, like Zork or some shit.
Yeah, there we go. I was trying to think of Zork. I couldn't come up with the name of it.
Shout out to Black Ops 1.
There we go. I mean, I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm interested in it. Like, I am interested because, like, oh, we've got some snippets of it, but it's like, is this compelling me to buy it? No, because you didn't show me any gameplay.
Yeah, and especially since they already have a release date for it, which is November 11th, 2022.
Next year. So, like, next E3, we're probably definitely going to get gameplay trailer and more, like, it's probably going to be like how they did it for Fallout 4, where they have, like, its own dedicated thing where fully extensively talked about it. Yeah. And I have a feeling they're going to do the same thing with Elder Scrolls 6 when that comes along 5 years down the line. But, I'm a little peeved that it's coming out on just Series X and PC, but I already expected it to. Doesn't mean I can still be a little bit peeved, because part of me is thinking like it's a new IP from Bethesda, and you're missing out on a whole audience, and that's my problem with it. Like, and I get it. Like, a lot of people said, well, I mean, they said it was going, like, what did you expect from the acquisition? Like, yeah, I understand that, but they also said that a lot of these games were going to be a touch-and-go type of situation, where it's like, okay, so then there is hope that Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 could come out on the PS5, but it's not for Starfield, so it's like...
My thing is, I think that it's gonna be an exclusive for Xbox and PC for the time. And it probably won't be releasing on other consoles, like basically just the PS5. It probably won't release on the PS5 until like probably a year or two after, to get their so they can have a player base that's already on their system. And that's kind of how like what Sony's doing right now. Like they're barely getting their games on PC, like their first party ones. But it's like, I guarantee, like, we're not gonna see. It's gonna be like probably decades, or like even longer, that we're gonna get a first party Sony game, or a first party Sony game that's gonna come out the same day for their first party coming out on PC alongside their PlayStation game. It's probably most likely, when they do this, it's most likely just gonna be a time thing, where like they want to have their player base on PlayStation. Like, let's say the new God of War, they're gonna have God of War on their PlayStation, and then probably like 2 or 3 years they'll finally have it on PC. And that's probably hopefully that's probably what Xbox's plan is, that they're gonna have it on, because it's already on PC and it's gonna be on their on Xbox. It's gonna be there for a limited time until they're like, oh, we're gonna add it to PlayStation. But only time will tell.
Yeah. Well, anyway, back to Starfield. We need more information about it. That's all we got.
Completely miss Starfield. I wrote down on the back of my cards everything that I didn't see, and I saw nothing for Elder Scrolls or Starfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had some other ones.
Yeah.
They finally released more stuff just now on IGN's YouTube page. So they show flight simulators coming out on the Series X, and there's a free, which I thought this part was kind of cool. They're adding in collaboration with the new Top Gun movie. Yeah, they're adding the planes from Top Gun.
I wrote Top Gun lol.
They're making a Slime Rancher 2.
Hell yeah, Slime Rancher 2.
There's a game called Shredders, which is a snowboarding game that's just coming out on the Series X.
Party Animals is coming out.
Animals.
Isn't that on PC already, or was it like a beta?
It's coming out. There was a beta.
Okay. They also announced the Outer Worlds 2.
Oh yeah, no. Hang on, wait. That's what I wanted to get to for the last couple of games. Okay. So like I had a problem with how they ended the conference. Because no fault with Arcane Studios. I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of Arcane Studios. I don't know why. I think it's I can't get into the art style of their games. But that's besides the point. I had a problem that they ended it with Redfall.
A brand new like IP for Bethesda.
A brand new IP that nobody knows about, and it's like, no, that's something you should have shown either at the beginning, like the beginning, middle, or you don't show that as the last. I didn't think that should have been the thing you showed.
And I remember I told Robin, I was texting him like they should have switched Redfall and Outer Worlds 2 as like the ending one, because I feel like that would have been more of like a bit of an impact for people. Be like, because everyone's like, okay, what the fuck is Redfall? I'm like, it's new. Okay, it's just a fucking trailer that we don't know what
for Twilight.
Yeah. Like Outer Worlds 2 would have gotten either Outer Worlds 2 or Forza Horizon 5.
Yeah,
like
or that too.
Mm-hmm.
Even though like
I feel.
Wait. I'm looking here. Arcade Studios? These fuckers are putting out Deathloop. They made Deathloop.
Mm-hmm.
Has this game even come out?
I don't even know.
I don't know.
It's coming out in September.
Okay.
Jesus. These fucking guys.
But would have been a bigger impact if it was either Forza Horizon 5
Deathloop is a new IP. I don't
Yeah. Oh man, and I'm just like, I'm excited for like. I haven't beaten Outer Worlds. I love the game for how much I've played it. I haven't played it because every time I play it, I'm like, man, it's just too much like New Vegas, and I'd rather just play New Vegas. Like that's my thing with it. And don't get me wrong, I like it, and I'm gonna play the second one. And now I like, even after like when I saw what made me think about maybe I do want to get a Series X is when I saw Forza Horizon 5 and just how gorgeous it looks.
Gorgeous.
I'll say this right now. I don't fucking care about cars. If it's not Need for Speed Most Wanted, the original that came out back in like 2006, I don't care. I just wrote here only one line that took up an entire line of my fucking note card. It just says Forza. and then I wrote a little bit more, and I said Halo got less time.
Yeah.
And then I saw a comment in the chat that said Mexico simp.
Hey, this takes place in Mexico, which I'm like, oh shit.
I'm now wondering where in Mexico, because the guy said like you can see the overall beauty of Mexico. Yeah, like there are parts in Mexico that are very beautiful. Mm-hmm. But if you live in South Texas and you hear a lot of news about Mexico, a lot of it's not good because of the cartel. And I jokingly messaged Edgar like, so
I was waiting to come onto this chat and talk about, hey Edgar, is this what Mexico really, is this what we haven't been told about?
The beautiful part of Mexico.
Yeah, murals on the walls and everything.
Where did I say it?
I don't know. I want to know. They didn't say where it takes place in Mexico, but I can't put my finger of where this is in. So I want to say it's in southern Mexico, because there are because of the mountains and the deserts,
jungles and volcanoes apparently.
Yeah, that's more. And they said that they're by the Mayan civilization stuff. So I have a feeling it's like a mix of like the Yucatan plus the desert region in southern Mexico. So it's probably it's honestly probably the safer parts of Mexico if you're talking about where the cartel focuses. So it's like there's still the cartel's still there in the Yucatan, but they're more focused up in northern Mexico and in Guadalajara. But
I will say, I was kind of surprised they had like a long gameplay demo, like they were showing off, and it was really, really cringe. I'll say honestly, it reminded me of them. Of when they announced Anthem and they had like they were having their gameplay demo and how they speak. It's like so robotic and scripted.
I hate fake multiplayer talk.
Yeah. That was the one thing that I hated about the Forza 5 thing.
They're like, dude, hey guys, we gotta find this. Ha 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 ha. Okay, you and Jerry take left, and me and Mike will take right. Gotcha, dude. They're like, whoa, look at this, bro.
And, and in the middle of it, you hear like a real gamer just kind of go, "Fuck! I crashed. God damn it! I gotta start over."
I was just like, someone just replace it with like add like old COD voice chats.
I was about to say,
I got a riot shield.
you're just mad because you can't do what I do with my fucking guitar hands. So anyway, you're gay.
Dude, I don't have Uno. What are you talking about? Everybody who gets an Xbox gets a free thing of Uno from Xbox Arcade.
I have the oldest Xbox known to man. I don't have it. You have Uno, you fucking bitch.
Stop lying. You do have Uno. That's going on while it's playing. Yeah. Oh my god. So that's a great way to end off the Microsoft thing.
I'll just rattle off a few notes that I have here, like about Halo. No more waifu Cortana. Cortana's locked away on Windows 10. Diablo 2. Hope they don't fuck it up like Warcraft Reforged.
Oh yeah.
Plague Tale 2. Sea of Rats. What else? Oh. BioShock Eurobeat, also known as Atomic Heart. That was really weird.
Oh, yeah, no, like, it is fucking weird.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know why. Like, its weirdness is intriguing me to wanting to play it.
I know. It's, like, strange. Like, it's off-putting. Kind of like the original BioShock.
Exactly. And it's Russian.
Replace. Did you see that? It had like the pixel art style, but with incredible lighting.
Side scroller 3D type thing, but it's like pixelated too.
Apparently, this was like shown off like 4 years ago, and they've just been working on it.
Damn.
Wow, it looks really good.
Mm-hmm. I love when they do the 2D HD kind of.
Oh yeah, then they already announced this a long time ago too. But like just getting more gameplay stuff of it. Age of Empires 4. I'm like, oh hell yeah, yeah. That's a classic.
Anime on Xbox? Eiyudian Chronicles? Sure.
One for 2022 and the other one for 2023.
Yeah. And then I wrote MS Flight Sim PvP? Question mark.
That they're gonna add the fucking like Sidewinder missiles for the F-18s. Oh god.
And then to round it up, I wrote no Ghostwire Tokyo, no Deathloop, thank God, no Killer Instinct. Was there Fable? Was there Elder Scrolls? Was there Starfield?
I am super surprised they didn't at least talk about Fable.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Like, jeez. Like,
speaking of nothing, our next presentation was from Square Enix. Depending on who you were, you either got something or nothing out of this.
For me, I'm probably the only one here that got one thing that I kind of liked from it. And that's the thing. I kind of liked it. And I'm still very, like, tiptoe about it.
I got the most blackest birthday present of all time. Nothing!
Well, I guess since I'm the only one who has something...
Well, I mean, I could talk about it too.
Yeah, to be fair, it looked pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because it was literally the first thing they showed off, and it was
all 15 minutes of this 45-minute presentation.
Here's the funniest thing: I was watching the Square Enix conference on the Marvel live stream. It just as soon as it ended, it just cut off, and I was like, is that all they're showing? Even everybody in the chat was like, is that it? And then I go to IG, I'm like, oh no, there's more. Just Marvel just wanted to just show Guardians of the Galaxy. By the way, we're talking about Guardians of the Galaxy.
Which it's
I want to ask, since you saw the Marvel stream, did it have the licensed music or was it the removed music?
I want to say it was the licensed.
Oh, okay. Like, did you see like any notable songs?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had some that were from the movie.
It was the I've got a like I need a hero. I'm the hero by the end of it.
Okay, because I was watching Maximilian Dude co-stream it. And,
you were?
Yeah, and they had an original score with like this super, really interesting banging original music, like rock song playing with it. I highly suggest you try and find it.
I'll probably wait till Maximilian puts it on YouTube.
Yeah.
But
or see if like the bot is still up.
Yeah, because I believe during E3 it was like some companies, and I guess Square Enix was part of it, that they also will have like a separate stream for people who a separate like gaming stream for people who are streamers and want to react to their presentation. So they had one
right.
So here's
the thing. Guardians has the original music. For the rest of the entire presentation, multiple trailers, no music.
Whoa.
As in the entire Avengers trailer, there's no music. There's sound effects, there's voice acting, there's no music.
Oh god.
Jeez.
I highly suggest you find that VOD.
Yeah, no, there was music on the actual streams. But in Guardians of the Galaxy, like Guardians of the Galaxy style, they had like from the movies, they're playing like classic 80s, 70s music that's in it that Peter Quill listens to it. That's another thing. Compared to because it's not by the same guys who are doing Avengers.
Crystal Dynamics.
But
it's by
it's by
Eidos Montreal.
Yeah. But it feels similar, especially how it looks graphic-wise.
Yeah.
But what I do like is that it's only focused on Peter Quill.
Right.
And that's what I hated about playing Avengers, was that you're playing as multiple people at once. And it's like, no, if you were going to do an Avengers movie, have it be like, focus just on Kamala Khan. And then and then clean up the story a bit. But other than that, focus on her. Focus on her.
Because when Marvel Avengers, when it first showed off, it really looked uncanny, especially how Black Widow looked. This one, I'm very iffy on how they look. Like the environment itself looks more vibrant and more interesting than the Avengers did. And I understood why they had multiple characters they wanted to use, because it was going to be a live service thing, which didn't pan out well. And this one seems like, I'm crossing my fingers, seems like it's a single player type of game.
Yeah,
I think that's what they're going to do.
And I don't know if it was just me, but when you see the gameplay, it's I don't know why, but I was getting Final Fantasy VII remake vibes, because
someone else brought that up.
Because when they showed the gameplay, they were fighting one of the monsters that they were like the weird plant looking monster. As they were fighting him, he had a stagger thing, just like in Final Fantasy VII Remake, where when you attack someone enough, they get staggered and they get dizzy, which increases the attack damage you give to the enemy. And they had it on there, and it's like, because you play as Peter Quill, and he's shooting, he's fighting them, and he's commanding his other the team to attack. And then it said staggered, it's like staggered, and then as he is attacking, like it increases the attack damage, and I'm like, wait, what the fuck?
What I also saw something about that is what I also agree with. Someone brought up that it looks like early FF7 combat, where it's like a little too floaty, not enough impact.
Yeah, because a lot of Peter Quill's attacks feel very weak.
Yeah, very weak. And also there was a moment where they were showing off the frame rate just like started dying. I was like, oh no.
And I think we were also seeing that in the Microsoft ones too, from time to time. Like, because I noticed seeing the frame rate thing, and that's what I'm wondering, if it's like, if at the end of it, if it's because it's not a finished product version of it, or if it's the stream that's doing that too. But I don't know. And also for his attacks being weak, I mean, they did show that he was advancing from level 1 to level 2. So
yeah, but at the same time, it's like well, for me, it's like it's not like how much damage he was giving. It was more like how it impacts. Like, you know how like when you play Arkham games, like you can hear the crunch and like the punches.
Oh,
when Batman
yeah.
fights.
Okay. Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And at first I was kind of iffy, like, oh, you're just playing as Peter Quill, but then it shows like, okay, they're really going for like an RPG kind of like with Guardians. Like it's Quill and he's commanding everyone. Kind of like, I guess the best way to describe it, kind of like Xenoblade. So I was getting vibes like that, and I'm like, okay. And then they added an element of like, oh, different like choices you can make that affects your that affects the story, I guess.
Yeah, a telltale banner.
Which, I mean, I like that they did that because it gives a bit more it seems like it would go into the direction of, oh, you get more replayability of it. It's like, oh, what if I did it this way or that way?
And
some really good dialogue too.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of the voice acting?
I thought it was fine.
I'm thankful for non-cringy fake multiplayer banter.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was pretty decent, especially if they were trying to do their own thing. Because they even said during the little thing, they were like, we didn't want to be like the movies or the comics. We wanted to try to be our own little thing.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, oh, okay, I'm glad that they're doing that.
Same. But at the same time, I kind of knew that they were gonna still try to follow the film formula because of how Drax talks and how everyone is. And the design of Rocket's clothes. That's all I was like,
yeah. I mean, but like, they've been doing that because like the design, a lot of the designs that they're taking from the movie itself are very legitimately good designs. That it's like, no, I wouldn't mind seeing that over and over again. I mean, Gamora doesn't look like from the movies. So
Gamora's her outfit is more of like of the comics, which I like. I'm like. And then Drax, he's green instead of gray from the film, so I like that one too. Rocket I like Rocket and Groot's design. It looks interesting. The only one that I'm kind of iffy on is Peter Quill. Like I don't like his haircut. That's just
he looks like
a soccer player.
He looks like my friend Patrick has that hairstyle. I don't know if he still does, but like I even said like, hey Patrick, you should because I was watching it when I was talking with him. I was like, hey Patrick, you should go as Peter Quill for Halloween. He didn't pay attention because he was working on something else, but it was like it was like, oh yeah, you just be Peter Quill with a beard.
Yeah.
Like
and that he was the only design that I was kind of like iffy on. It was just a haircut for Peter Quill.
But, I'm fine with the haircut. I mean,
and surprisingly, this game comes out in October.
Yeah. They showed a lot.
Yeah. And it seems like they're not finished. They're probably going to show some later in the future. The only thing that I'm still hoping that it's single player and there's no like loot boxes or paid for cosmetics and stuff on there, because at the end when like they finished showing the gameplay, they showed like the special edition stuff.
Yeah, they want you to buy those special editions though,
and they also want you to pre-order, because if you get it, you get a pre-order bonus. You get the classic costumes.
Yeah, what they originally looked like. So, we'll have to see. I mean, Square Enix is always is very much is a company that's very much like that. Hopefully, so I wouldn't be too surprised if they try to implement that into it.
Yeah,
but I'm hoping that the story is good enough.
I'm hoping they don't do the stupid battle pass where you have to pay a battle pass for each fighter like in Avengers, or their shitty like upgrade thing where you think the costumes are the ones that upgrade, but then you find out it's just some invisible gear thing that is an upgrade power. I'm hoping that is the costumes are in the game and you could find the costumes in the game. I'm really hoping
Spider-Man will only be on PlayStation.
And we still haven't seen that. But I think out of it, I'm like, I didn't actually hate it. I just like, it looks cool. Like it looks promising. I'm just very hesitant, especially since what we got from Avengers. But I'm hoping that it comes out solid.
Same.
They also showed
no gameplay trailers of Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster.
Yeah, it was so quick, and I was like, because I heard about like rumors that they were trying to remaster them. I'm like, I wonder how they're gonna remaster them, like 3D, or they're gonna do the HD 2D like Octopath Traveler.
Yeah,
but no, they didn't show anything because it's coming out on consoles and phones.
1 through 6. Okay, there's some great games in there, but
and then after that, they instantly transitioned to
Legend
mobile
of Mana.
phones.
Yeah, and a bunch of mobile gacha shit. Sign up now, get your 10 fucking loot drops.
and including a near phone game.
Yeah, this is finally coming out. I actually just put down you could pre-order on the App Store, so it's free, I guess.
Speaking of Nier Automata, I do have a question for you, Gage. What is your take on Babylon's Fall?
Okay, so when I first heard you dropped the name Platinum Games, you have my attention.
Yeah.
Fucking love Platinum. And then when I watched this Babylon Fall thing, I'm kind of thinking, didn't someone at Microsoft just put this game out? I was like, didn't they just talk about this? What am I thinking of?
I think you were thinking of Godfall?
Not really.
No, Godfall was Gearbox was Godfall.
Yeah. Oh no, it comes up later.
Oh.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh.
Okay, what I write here, Babylon Fall looks interesting, weird hazy filter,
Yeah.
I think Max said it, everything has a close neighbor filter on it, everything's in the foreground and the background is completely blurry.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's weird.
It's got this neat co-op thing, not sure, very weird.
Because is that one of the first? It's online co-op, right? Up to 4 players.
I think so. Yeah, it seems to be like a dungeon crawling co-op thing that they wanted to kind of go back to the combat from Nier Automata.
Yeah.
So
and
I'm not too sure what to think.
Yeah, and it's still in development. They didn't really say when it comes out.
Yeah.
They said wasn't they saying there's a beta that you could get soon or something? Or am
I think so. I don't know. I think they're actually, yeah, I think they did say there was going to be a beta or something. But I mean, I'll give it a try. I'll support Platinum in any way I can.
Oh,
but
yes, same.
Definitely seems weird.
You know what's funny? We've seen all these Platinum games coming out, but we still have no news of Bayonetta 3.
There's still no Bayo 3.
No Bayo.
I mean, we still have the Nintendo conference.
That's true.
that is incredibly true, but
and they showed that, which I was like, okay, it looks interesting. Kind of hoping we see more in the future. Then they did the Avengers thing, which was the Wakanda extension that's free.
Yeah,
I wrote Avengers ... Nope. No music trailer. Oh god.
I mean, at least it's free, but it's at what cost? It's for fucking it's for Avengers.
How much ever Avengers is on sale for? That's how much.
And then they had a big segment for the new Life is Strange game, which at that point, whenever they started talking about Life is Strange, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start setting up my computer and getting everything ready. So I'm just gonna put my phone aside, take the headphones off, and just let it run because I do not care for Life is Strange.
I started getting real anxious when they were taking a long time with Life is Strange.
Yeah, and for me, it's by the time I was already finished setting up my computer, I'm like, holy shit, are they still talking about it?
I wrote down in all capitals, where is Final Fantasy 14 and 16?
Yeah. It's like, come on. I'm like, that's what people wanted. And then they ended the show with...
And then it just sort of ends.
Well, they got one more thing. More thing.
Which I don't know how to feel about it, but
it was Final Fantasy for sure, but
yeah. It's called Strangers of Paradise, a Final Fantasy Origin.
It's called Babylon. I mean, Final Fantasy Origin, Stranger of Paradise.
There was a point where I was confused too with that. I was like, what the fuck? It's by Koei Tecmo and Team Ninja, the guys that work on the Dynasty Warrior games with Hyrule Warriors and Age of Calamity, Fire Emblem Warriors, and their own Dynasty Warriors. But I was kind of expecting, when I saw Koei Tecmo and Team Ninja, I was expecting more of a fast-paced action with it, but instead we got a bit kind of sluggish fights, and a very angsty guy.
T-shirt man.
Yeah, T-shirt man. He's all like, I end everything here, murder all. I want to see blood. Ugh.
Chaos.
Chaos.
Gotta kill chaos.
I need to kill chaos. Are you chaos? Who's chaos?
And
Give
then
me
the guy
blood.
says, I've become chaos.
And I was like, what? And then apparently it comes out next year, and then it said there's a demo coming soon.
Coming soon.
For PS5.
Hell yeah, baby. I'll tell you all about it. I love seeing that PS5 demo show up in any kind of announcement. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. And then the show ended.
And then it's over. And I then proceeded to find that Metalocalypse clip of the blackest birthday gift.
and it's just like, oh, so you're not gonna show? It's like, so I guess Final Fantasy 16 is not anywhere near done, I guess.
I feel like because since it's only going to be a PS5 exclusive, I feel like they're saving that for, since PlayStation's not doing a conference at E3 this year. We're probably going to see it at one of their
state of play.
Yeah.
Or direct, yeah.
Sorry, mosquito. But I mean, yeah, state of play, direct, they're both the same thing. But that's where I feel is like where we're gonna see Final Fantasy 16 because they showed it at the PS5 launch reveal conference. Sorry, I don't know if that picked up in the background.
Sorry. My dog's always barking in the background.
Same.
But I know one thing that a lot of people are upset about. I'm a bit upset about it too. It has nothing to do with the game. It has to do with like that it's exclusively coming out to PS5. And it's like, can we please? And it's the same thing with Starfield. I'm just like, can we please stop with the exclusivity stuff? I understand that it's a business thing, business tactic, but can we please stop with the petty shit and just make it so that everybody can fucking play these games? Like, that's the problem I've always had with exclusivity. But
it's gonna be a long time till they do that.
Oh,
yeah.
That's I feel like I'm playing it now. I'm like, it's gonna be years till they when all of them want to do that. That's why I'm like, just play where it is, I guess. But yeah, that was Square Enix conference, and that was the first.
That is.
Go for Robin.
That's just sad. That's just sad.
Oh no, Robin's broken.
I'm trying to interrupt every time Edgar talks.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
So,
just to.
So you know.
You know, he said. I'll swoop in. I'm thinking this new Final Fantasy is maybe gonna be like a Neo type of situation.
Yeah.
Or like a Dark Souls like type of game.
They're really going for like the action.
Which is what FF16's also looking to go for, but whatever. I was hearing rumors that Dragon Quest 3 was supposed to get the Octopath treatment, but
it actually did.
Fucking.
Oh wait, which one?
Is it? Dragon Quest 3.
Yeah. During they had like even before like the Game Fest, like when they had the Sonic Direct, they had a Dragon Quest Direct, and that's where they announced Dragon Quest 12. They announced like a mobile game.
That's where that was.
And they announced Dragon Quest 3 2D HD.
Yeah, I see it here.
And it looks really good. And
before I'd say before we wrap up, let's go over what's going to be coming up on Monday and on Tuesday on the last 2 days of E3.
All right, we're not done with this shit.
Yeah, in terms of conferences. So tomorrow, well, later today, there's the Warner Brothers one at Oh, it already happened.
Yeah.
Because it started at 5 p. It started at 4. So then we had the PC gaming show, which that's already going on. Tomorrow, I'm interested in looking at Take-Two Interactive, and then later that day, Capcom is doing something.
Yeah, which
I'm super excited for Capcom, but I don't expect anything exciting.
What I'm expecting from Capcom from that conference is either they're probably going to show something Monster Hunter or just like any small game they've been working on. I'm hoping that they show the final DLC character they're going to have for Street Fighter 5 or something something big. Like
I hope that they show. I don't think they're going to, but I'm hoping that they'll show something about the Resident Evil 4 remake that's being in the works. And apparently, there's a lot of stuff going on with it. So like, Resident Evil 2 remake happened. That was a big success. Then they went on to, they gave another company to do Resident Evil 3 remake. And that was shit. So, and apparently that same company that was making Resident Evil 3 was going to do the remake for Resident Evil 4. When Capcom found out how bad Resident Evil 3 did, they were like, yeah, no, we're not going to let you do that to the best one. So we're going to give it to the guys who actually did a really good job and give it to the people who did Resident Evil 2. So, knowing that news, I'm a bit excited for what is going to happen with the remake of Resident Evil 4. Because they also announced a Resident Evil 4 VR for the Oculus thing.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of an interesting thing that they did that. Like the whole, like I think that's kind of a new way to play the game too. But yeah, that's what I'm hoping. So moving on.
I know the other thing I'm really hoping, because I feel like this would be like a big one, but I don't think it's not going to happen till a long time or whenever they're ready. But like an MVC game, a Marvel vs. Capcom game.
Oh yeah,
there was talk about NetherRealm possibly taking up Marvel vs. Capcom.
That'd be cool.
Or like a Marvel vs. DC game.
Highly doubt that, but they do make Injustice, and I would like another Injustice, but I want to see what's coming from NetherRealm.
Yeah. Then on Tuesday,
don't forget that. That Hogwarts game.
Oh yeah.
Hogwarts Legacy.
I don't know who's that going to be made by. Is that by?
Apparently, it's WB.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, I don't think we're going to get any. I think we're probably going to get like snippets of info about it this year. I don't think we're going to get like more gameplay reveal because it comes out next year. So, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I'm hoping we could, like, there may be they'll show off some, like, alpha build gameplay, you know what I mean. But, I mean, who knows? Tuesday, the last day, we have the Nintendo Direct. That's going to be an early one. That's going to be at 10 a.m. And then the only thing from Bandai Namco I want to hear about is Ace Combat, and we're not going to get an Ace Combat 8. So, but that's the only thing.
Yeah, the Tuesday is the one that I'm excited to watch because of Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's a Nintendo Direct and then a 3-hour Treehouse live.
I mean, like, and they said at the last Nintendo Direct that they're not ready to show off Breath of the Wild 2, but they will later in the year. This could be the time we might see it. Maybe that's why it's a 3-hour Treehouse.
Remember Metroid Prime 4?
Yeah.
Where it used to it was working from Bandai, but then Nintendo didn't like what they did, so they gave it back to Retro Studios. Yeah, but I'm kind of hoping. I think Zelda's a high likely. We'll see. I don't. I'm hoping we see some. I hope we see gameplay and the title for Zelda, and obviously, I feel like a guarantee is a Smash fighter, since we have 2 left in the Smash Pass. Or the Smash Pass. For which fighter is gonna be, I have no fucking idea.
No idea.
I just hope it's someone that blows everyone out of the fucking water. Like
I'm hoping. I still have hope for Shantae.
Oh, hey, who knows? Maybe Tuesday's gonna be the day. Who knows?
Maybe. Hopefully.
And also, I really hope they show Bayonetta 3. It's been
come on!
It's been so long, and it was shown like I think was it 2017 or 2018 that they showed that, hey, Bayonetta 3 is confirmed for the Switch, and ever since then, nothing. It's just been silent.
It's been
1 week since you looked at me.
Yep, December 7th, 2017.
Jesus. Holy shit. Yeah.
It was at the Game Awards.
Yeah.
Fucking Jeff. Damn it.
Mr. Reggie Phil's Anime was the one that was like, oh, he's the one who announced Bayo 3. And I'm like, come on, Nintendo, come on, show us some Bayo 3. You guys, Platinum was working on all these other games. I'm like, come on, tell us that Bayo is still alive. Come on, please. Porty, please.
I mean, this could be the year.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And there's also a lot of those rumors that are going around where a new Donkey Kong game coming out by the people who made Mario Odyssey. Something Metroid, either like a remake of a Metroid game or like Metroid 5.
Federation Force 2.
Metroid 5? Did you say Metroid 5? You skip over 4. We're not doing 4.
Yeah.
We're just gonna do 5.
Well,
there we go.
We're not talking about. I'm not talking about Metroid Prime. I'm talking about like the 2D ones.
Oh. That just got confusing for me. Just like, hang on.
Like, who knows? I might be wrong, but like that's I have like how the Metroid in order it is. But
maybe
like,
they might.
I've always heard people say Metroid 5, like a 2D Metroid 5.
What was 4? Was it Fusion?
I think so. Because apparently
it was that sporting game where you have to shoot the ball into the goal.
Yeah,
Federation Force. But that's and the other rumor was like a new Mario Kart game.
Oh, I hope so.
You're right. It would be 5.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that there's a new Mario Kart game coming out.
It'd be, for me, I feel like everyone like a lot of like fans would be like, hell yeah, a new Mario Kart.
Don't get me wrong, I like 8 Deluxe. It's good, but it's like at that point it was just like, can we get like a Mario Kart game that is made for the Switch, please?
And here's the thing, Robin. The only reason that I'm very hesitant, like maybe they won't have it, is because Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sells. It still sells to this day. It's been so long. Like obviously, like we would love a new Mario Kart game. At the same time, like it for like a lot of people's eyes is like, would like it be Nintendo's like, that's kind of the reason I feel like there hasn't been a new Mario Kart, because how much Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has sold. Like how that much it outsold what it originally sold on the Wii U. And I know some people don't like the idea of Nintendo releasing their ports from the from the Wii U. And for me, I think it was a smart idea, because at the same time, you realize not everyone bought a Wii U. It was the reason that Nintendo was like close to like ending. It wasn't until the Switch was successful that they kept on going. But I always feel like it's a smart way of like, oh, bring these Wii U games that very few people played and everyone else never did, and they just release it on the Switch. And with Mario Kart 8, that's smart. I hope we do get a new Mario Kart. And I know
where's F-Zero?
I know, right?
Seriously, yeah.
Give it to the fast racing guys. Those guys make really good racers.
Oh yeah, I forgot the name of them, but it's like an indie racing game.
Fast Racing Neo, shit like that.
Something like that. And with Smash Brothers, I know there's rumors of this. Well, not rumors, but like this is like the last battle pass. Not battle pass, but the last season pass. Wolf Fighter Pass 2 is like the last one. Like those are the last characters you're gonna have with Smash.
It's gonna be it.
Yeah.
Which would be interesting.
Ooh.
Like,
Splatoon 3?
Ooh, I for me personally, I don't know if they would ever. I don't think they would show it here, but I would love for them to show, because I fucking love Splatoon. I love that. I love that. I love that IP so much. I love that.
They just show Splatoon. They just show Splatoon 4.
It's like, we got Border 3, so let's make Splatoon 4.
I'll be honest, when they first announced Splatoon 3, I honestly thought like, oh, is this Is this gonna be like? Is this the way of remaking New Vegas, and they're putting it onto the Switch?
I remember you were telling me that. I remember Robin was telling me like they're like, oh shit, is it New Vegas? I'm like, wait, what? What the fuck are you talking about?
New Vegas Pocket Edition.
It's because of like you just see desert, and then that whole thing kind of it looks like a wasteland. That's why I was like, oh, is this like a remake of it? And then you see the Eiffel Tower. I'm like, oh no, it's not.
Yeah, and I guess for the last two fighters, for Smash, who would you personally want for Smash? I know Gage said he would want Shantae.
I really don't know because I don't really play Smash all that much anymore. So it's like I could just say Sora and just go on, but I don't know. Because I think I keep saying, "Oh yeah, Sora's gonna be in it. Sora's gonna be in it. Sora's gonna be in it." And
well, they tried, and apparently they said no.
Yeah.
Well, we got Sephiroth instead.
You know what? Fuck it. I'll just say one of the sprites from Metal Slug. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I want Mars people. Damn it. Dude, I fucking love Mars people. I hope Mars people makes it into KOF 15.
I always told Robin this. I'm like, they should just for the goose of it to like, if they want to blow up Twitter again, bring in like a GTA character.
It's Carl.
Oh, it's Big Smoke.
Big Smoke. There you go. God damn. Told you to follow the damn train, CJ. God damn it.
You picked the wrong house, fool.
But I guess this is the end of our E3 discussion part 1.
Oh, holy shit.
Yeah. But of course, you'll see Gage again in part 2 when we do the recording of that one. I put on the YouTube. But of course, Mr. Gage, thank you for coming, being our guest on this show today. Where can the people find you?
No problem. You could find me either through my Twitter, which I use to notify people whenever I'm going live. I use my YouTube as a stream archive where I just that's what it is, a stream archive. And where I'm mostly active is my Twitch, which is OddEyesGardevoir. Capital O, capital E, capital G.
Yeah.
You can just click on that link to his Twitch in the description below because this is going straight to YouTube. But if you're listening on Spotify, give Gage a follow on the Twitch.
Yeah.
Hell
there you go.
Give him a follow. Give him a follow on the Twitters, on the YouTubes, and on the Twitch, guys.
Where we play fighting games, we speedrun different games, and maybe some other stuff.
Yeah. And with that, guys, that's the end of part 1. We love you all, and we will see you all in part 2.
Please turn tape over for part 2.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.